Good afternoon. I greet you this afternoon with the universal greetings of respect and thank you for joining us in this mindful moment. This day filled with opportunities, possibilities, miracles, and choices. It's good to be here, and I'm glad that you've joined us at this time. Begin by asking, how did you do last week with our discussion of the mountaintop and being able to identify what your high point is, that you can see clarity of the people and things, and you're able to celebrate that moment of accomplishment that you've made and things that you've done. Did you do that? Did you find a way to make that happen? Did you help somebody else with it? Did you help somebody else find their mountaintop that was good for them, that they could reflect in and enjoy the moment just a little bit better? Hopefully you did. Hopefully you had some time to relax and breathe as well through the process, or maybe even pass that on. Also, thank you for sharing the video with others. Thank you for sharing the message. I appreciate that very much. It's very powerful. It's very good to do that. So again, we begin with our moments of relaxing and breathing. So in your toolbox, you already have the strategy of box breathing. You have the strategies of guided imagery. You have the strategy of being present and awakening all or as many of your senses as possible, so that you can be present in the moment and absorb all things that are around you. We've done that. So in addition to everything else that you already have, so I'm sure that you already have strategies and techniques that work for you. This is just additional stuff to help you be more powerful and managing through difficult periods. So today, what I'd like you to do for the relaxing and breathing part is identify and possibly even write down, if it's important enough to you, a place that you can go to relax and breathe. When something is happening, when you're going through something, do you have that place? Identify, write it down. Some people, when I've done these mindful sessions live, they've talked about going into the bathroom. Some have said they go into a closet. Some go sit in their car. Some go sit outside on a bench. Where is that place for you? I'm asking that you identify it, you know that place ahead of time. Secondly, what is a thing that you can do? Something that helps you recenter yourself. In addition to the breathing, is it drawing? Is it writing? Is it singing? Is it walking? Is it running? Is it exercising? What is the thing that you can do to help you relax and breathe? Just one. Maybe write that down, or at least bring it into your conscious focus. The third area is, who is the person that you can go to? Someone that you know that you can talk to, that you can call, that has that understanding, that when you're frazzled and you're trying to make sense of it all, you know, if you could just call that one person, if you could just talk to them, if you could just voice, you can be all right. Who is that one person for you? So I'm asking you to bring that to focus and identify it and possibly write it down. Add those people, places, and things into your toolbox for your wellness package. Which brings us to our mindful moment discussion, inspired by a man by the name of Edward Lorenz. Now, Edward Lorenz was a mathematician and meteorologist back in the 60s. And he was attempting to find out how to predict weather conditions 2-3 weeks down the line by using a computer software system. All right. So he put these numbers in and figured it all out, left, get some coffee or something, came back and checked it, and it was way off. The outcome was drastically different than he had set it up for and tested it just a little bit earlier. When he looked closer, what he discovered is that there was one number sequence that was a fraction of a fraction different. A slight space between the numbers, or one number, just a very, very small fraction. From this, he had an epiphany, an awakening. He called it something like the chaos theory. something that happens in nature. He said that when one small thing changes, it changes the elements of everything. He wrote a paper that later was called Predictability, Whether a Butterfly Can Flap Its Wings in Brazil and Create a Tornado in Texas. They call it the butterfly effect. At that time, they said it's crazy, it doesn't make sense. What they learned later is there was absolute truth in it. That one small thing of a butterfly flapping its wings affects the molecules in the air and create major drastic changes somewhere far off in a distance. Now, I don't know, I'm not a mathematician, right? I'm not a meteorologist, but good old common sense tells me that a molecule is pretty doggone small by comparison to a tornado. But yet that small thing can make a major difference in an outcome. So let me bring that to our relevance of today, why I'm discussing the benefits of the butterfly effect. First part is because of the healing that's connected with that. Now, in the last 5 days, friends and family close to me have lost loved ones in the last 5 days, and they're trying to manage that healing. Some of you out there that I haven't been in contact with directly has lost someone. And we all are going to lose someone either by death or a decision where there is a disengagement. Sometimes it may not be a loss in death. Sometimes it may be even a separation from the closeness that you once had, and it's causing a pain that you're trying to heal from. Understanding that small things might aid in that healing process. One little thing at a time. Maybe allowing yourself, one little thing, allowing yourself to experience the pain as it is. Maybe writing about it. Maybe telling someone else about it. But not expecting a huge healing immediately, but knowing that those small things happening are small steps in the process of getting better. Sometimes when we look at the outcome, it could seem so huge and it's so big. I don't know how I'll ever get over this situation. But if we can break it down into small segments, we might be able to make it. There's a expression I heard some time ago: if the pill is large, you might have to chew it first, right? Just doing the small things, the healing and ways that can happen little bits at a time. The next thing, thinking about the butterfly effect, are regrets. There are some people who have trouble enjoying the moment because they're living in regret because of one small thing that happened some time ago. Say, man, if I hadn't had that accident, or if I hadn't met that person, or if the relationship hadn't went this way, or of that situation, or if this person would just change this one thing, everything would be much better. But the reality is, if they change one thing, everything would change drastically. Do you really want everything to change? Sometimes we can, I think, enjoy our moments better if we can live without having as many regrets. What if all the things that happen, even the small things that happened in your past, was necessary for us to become the great people that we're evolving into right now? The butterfly effect. The next area is comfort. It's possible that the small things you do might bring comfort to somebody. Some of you know that I travel quite a bit. So when I travel, I typically go out and pick up some postcards, just a few postcards. You can get sometimes 4 for $1, depending on where you go. And you know what? I send that postcard to my father. That's one of the cards I send out. Just a small thing. But when he gets the card, he said, "This is the best thing in the world. My son just sent me a card. He has a wall full of the postcards. Look, he's been here. He's been to this place. You don't even have to write a whole lot." That's like a butterfly flapping its wings, passing off that postcard with the cost of a postage stamp and the major effect that it has on him at 96 years old. But the other side of that is the benefit that I get from hearing him say, "Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks for sending me the card." It fills and feeds me in a way that's beyond words. What if you did something like that? Can you imagine how the small things that you do might make a major difference in somebody else's life? Maybe it's just saying thank you. Maybe it's just a smile. For me, sometimes it's when you all respond back and you say, man, that message you sent the other day, that helped me out. Thanks for that. Something as simple as that makes it makes a big difference in my life. But you doing it to somebody else might make a major difference in their life. Just saying you appreciate them, or you're sorry, you apologize, or whatever that small thing is. The last one is this. If you're trying to advance, to accomplish something, maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to become have better finances, right? You're trying to get to a different level of education, get a different degree, and it seems monumental to get there. Recognize the power in the small steps. The Japanese strategy refers to it as the Kaizen way. The small steps are the small major things can be produced from that just by doing those little steps at a time to get to where it is that you want to go. Give yourself permission to be okay to take those little steps at a time. A couple of things happen. One, you sneak past the fear factor. When you see something that you're trying to take on and it seems large, fear kicks in, causes us to freeze sometime. Brain naturally or automatically protects us from painful experiences, shuts us down. So if we can get that to happen, then it can help us advance towards that. The last part of that is, what small things are you saying to yourself repeatedly that's producing the outcome that you're getting now? The small things that's sinking down into your subconscious that's producing its physical manifestation in your life. Are you saying things like, man, I'm so stupid, I'll never get this right, or I can never get things going, or I'm just not good? How many of those small little things are you installing repeatedly until it's embraced, understood, and absorbed by your belief system in your subconscious, becoming engrams that's causing you to function in a certain way? Or are you saying things that's positive? I'm bigger than this. I can work this out. I know I can figure the answer out to this. What are those little things that are small as molecules that you're saying or you're allowing to be fed into you? Because what you feed your mind controls how you think controls how you act. So what small things are you saying to yourself? What small things are you allowing to come into your consciousness that's sinking down, that's producing the outcome that is drastic in your life right now? The small things can produce huge results. That being said, what I encourage you to do is to look for an opportunity today to make a small step in the direction that you want to go in. Maybe that direction is healing. Maybe that direction is helping someone else. Maybe that small step is in the direction of figuring out something that you can do to create more positive affirmations, or to be able to relax and breathe a little better. Consider looking for opportunities to make that. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. I'm encouraging you to create the opportunity for this to happen. Next, I encourage you to consider the possibilities of what your life would be like if you lived with less regrets about the small things that happened yesterday, last week, that somebody said to you before. Consider the possibility if you didn't live with those regrets. Consider the possibility of how your life would start to expand if you became mindful of your moments and you took those small things like the smile and the thank you that means so much, and you started giving them away to everyone that you come in contact with, regardless of what they give back to you, because of who you are. Consider the possibility of how your life might shift just today. Don't believe me? Try it out. Try it out at work. Try it out with a friend. Just try saying something with no expectation, positive, with no expectation of anything back. Consider that possibility. Lastly, expect and experience the miracles that will expand in your life as you become more mindful of your moments. I truly thank you for sharing this time with me. It was one of your choices. I thank you for doing that. I encourage you, please pass on the message to someone else. If they may not want to see me do this, or they might want to see the video, but they definitely might want to hear it from you. Put it in your own words, the butterfly effect. Pass it on with someone else. Until I see you the next time, I encourage you to travel well. Until then, respect.